break, taking the leap into adulthood. It's daunting for new graduates, from finding a job to organizing their money. A lot of financial stress on these young adults. And joining us now is President and CEO Kathy DeWitt Dunn from DeWitt & Dunn Financial Services to talk about some of these tips for financial independence. Kathy, we just talked last week about the cost of sending kids back to school. So now let's fast forward when they're done with school. What are the financial challenges for those new graduates?
Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I mean, one of the challenges is that the student loan debt, and when they graduate from college, all of a sudden they're out, they have debt. Now what do I do? And the average tuition is $38,000 a year. So over a 4-year, um, you know, stint in college, now you're at $150,000 in debt. And then on average, the graduates have over $40,000 remaining on their balance, and they just don't feel extremely financial literate, and they're very nervous about now having to get a job.
Well, and that was what leads me to my next question. It certainly helps when you have a source of income and a job. So how does that job market contribute to these financial struggles?
Well, I think one of the challenges now is that the job market is a little soft. There's so many different challenges that the young people are facing with AI and new technology. And right now, for the new graduates, the unemployment rate is 6.6%. That's the highest it's been in over a decade. And it takes on average 3 to 6 months for the graduate to find a job. And all of a sudden now they're faced, when they get a job, now what do I do with my money, and how do I start paying off all of my debt?
Okay, so let's talk about what they can do when they finish college to organize their finances, get a hold of it before they find a job.
Yeah, well, it's really difficult. First of all, you have to create a budget. I have a budget worksheet on my website at dewittanddunn.com. And we need to take a look at what our expenses are going to be and what kind of income that we have that's coming in. And then we need to adjust it as we start to earn our first paycheck. And maybe in 6 months, maybe you'll get a pay raise. And we always need to check in with ourselves to make sure that we're on target. Then the biggest thing is we need to have an emergency fund. As difficult as that sounds, but we need to be planning for if we have a big car repair bill or something happens, we need to buy an appliance. Well, we need to have an emergency savings fund. And typically we like to see about 6 months of savings in that fund. And then managing the student loan debt. Oh my gosh, I just was hearing something on the way to my office this morning that the student loan debt is at 6% right now. So hopefully we'll see interest rates drop, and that will help people. But you need to definitely make sure that you're on a point to pay the student loan debt, because if you miss a payment, it can reduce your credit score by over 100 points. Then your interest rate is going to go up. And then when when you go to apply for your next job, they're going to see that you were tardy on maybe on your credit report. So that's very important. And then the biggest thing is we need to save for retirement. I always say the first day you go to work is the first day you need to start contributing towards your retirement, because you need to pay yourself first. You need to contribute to a 401k. If they have a match, at least do the maximum to the match. And if the money is out of sight, out of mind, you are going to be on your way to have financial literacy, and you're going to feel really good about yourself saving for retirement.
Yeah, great advice. And Kathy, just what else, anything else graduates should know, especially once they are one of the lucky ones to get a job, and I guess don't go on a spending spree?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that once you start seeing all this, you really need to focus in on retirement. It seems like it's overwhelming, and that's one of the things that we do at my firm is we help people plan for retirement. But don't feel overwhelmed. Take it step by step and look for somebody that can help you, a life coach, or maybe somebody at your church, or reach out to a financial advisor. But it's really a journey, and once you start on it, it's a wonderful feeling. And that's why we have clients that show up decades later feeling good about themselves because they prepared for retirement.
Welcome to the real world, kids. Thank you, Kathy DeWitt and Dunn, joining us this morning with some great tips.
Thank you, Chris, for having me.